episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Buggy, man.
This is the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What it do? What it do? You know who it is, man. All the loyal listeners out there. Your man, Young Rome 22, on all socials across everywhere. We got a big show for y'all tonight. Super Bowl special, in fact. So I'm gonna hurry up and let the fellas introduce themselves. I'm gonna start with my guy on the top left, because I'm pretty sure we're supposed to check on all of our friends that are Eagles fans today. So we're gonna start with my guy. Scruff Lion, man, how you feeling after this big loss, man?
I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. No pun intended. You know what I mean? It hurts a little bit. I mean, we was in the game. We had the lead. Some shit happened down the stretch, man. And I'm getting into more details later. But I will say that that was it was a great comeback for the Chiefs down the stretch. Patrick Mahomes and them boys and Jalen Hurts. I'm proud of my quarterback. That's my quarterback. I've never been prouder. Hats off to Jalen Hurts, man. I'm proud of the game that we played, and I'm proud of my team. We made it to the Super Bowl. We were in the Super Bowl this year. We was in the Super Bowl not too long ago again, and I believe we'll be back with a couple first rounders in the next year. So, all right, get used to us, all right? And Jalen Hurts, bro, he's the type of brother that bounced back from adversity. So we'll be back.
Hey, man, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're in good spirits, man. I'm glad it didn't sound like it was going too well in the group chat yesterday, but I'm glad that you're in good spirits today. So I'm gonna keep it pushing, man. Let the fellas introduce themselves, and I'm gonna kick it to my man on the bottom left.
It's your boy D-Melo. And yo, did I not call it with the Gatorade last week when I said go with purple? Did I not call it? I knew I said in the show, rewind the tape. I called that shit. I hope y'all guys made some money this last Sunday. I hope y'all hit big. And if you was a Miles Sanders better like me in the half of America, I know y'all feel sick, especially with the touchdowns. Oh, my God, that shit killed me. But hello, world. We're here again. And please check up on all your local Eagles fans. Put a couple call for missing persons report, man. I'm just happy I got to see Nick, man. I thought he was missing. It was just that 24-hour mark when I was about to go, man.
Gee, I thought you might have been feeling a little sick watching Kadarius Toney cook last night after your Giants traded him away.
No, hell no. I don't give a yo, listen. Anything to sabotage a Phillies win, I said it here before. I hate paying taxes, and I hate Eagles fans. I hate Philly fans. Two things in the world that I hate so much. And Philly fans, I hate them more than I hate paying taxes. So when he did that, it was a great day, man. Great day in America. Great day.
Great.
And to you atheists, if you don't believe in Jesus, well, last night was a proof that God does exist.
All right. Last but not least, man, top right.
Hey, man, that Bryce XXV double I, a.k.a. Mr. Big Leaguer. Great game last night. Both sides came to play. I'm excited to roll our sleeves up on some of the in-depth analysis, man. Yeah, man, Scruff looking a little sad up there still, man. Cheer up, my boy. Hey, it comes a point in NFL season where a fan from another team has to come to you and tell you this. There's always next year, my boy. Let's get it, man.
Hey, there is always next year. But before we get to next year, let's wrap up this year real quick, man. And look, Scruff, I know it was a tough loss, man, but you ran into one of the all-time greats in Patrick Mahomes. And we're gonna get into how great Patrick Mahomes is altogether here in a little bit. But I want to start with your man Jalen Hurts. He had probably one of the all-time great performances in the Super Bowl, for being honest. It was a very entertaining Super Bowl.
All right. That's what we
We
calling that.
we about to get into it. We
That's
about
what
to
we
get into
calling
it.
that.
I'm sure my man Scruff has some numbers to back these claims up. But what I saw with my eyes, for my opinion, I'll give it real quick. Jalen Hurts had one of the best performances I've seen in the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, he fumbled it away with that fumble that got returned for a touchdown early on. That, to me, that was the key difference in the game. So real quick, fellas, give your quick thoughts on the game, and then let's talk about Jalen Hurts' performance. Scruff, I'm gonna start with you again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. I mean, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. You definitely do be coming strong with that, with the, with the proclamations, brother. It's not exactly what I was gonna say. I mean, I didn't get a chance to, I'm literally just now able to like really just analyze what happened. So I was only able to do it, really just do it about an hour ago. You know what I mean? But shit. I mean, he did have a great performance. I mean, I think he was on pace to be the MVP up until the point where they were leading, which was up until the very end. So yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to win the MVP. There was no way that he wasn't going to win the MVP if the Eagles had won the game. With that being said, Jalen Hurts came to play. He had a tremendous performance. I thought he was very sharp passing the ball. They said if you let Jalen Hurts play quarterback, it should be a fun game for the Chiefs. Not exactly. He looked pretty good. 27 for 38 passing. Yeah, pretty good. Over 300 yards. Patrick Mahomes only slinging up 182 yards. You know what I'm saying? Hurts also added 70 yards on the ground, 15 carries. So Hurts played outstanding, man. But there was a lot of things that I would say that between the two teams, the Eagles actually played the better game individually in terms of performance, but the Chiefs won the game. And I'm getting into why. First thing was what I said last week, which was the rushing. Uh, 4 players carried the ball for the Chiefs. 15 carries from Pacheco, 5 yards a carry. Mahomes had 6 for 44. McKinnon 4 for 34. All nice, chunky. That's a very high yards per carry average. On the other side, the Eagles, besides Hurts, who carried the ball extremely well, Gainwell 21 yards, Sanders 16. Sanders looked like a bum out there, to be honest. And that fumble that he coughed up, thank goodness the refs called it back. And that was one of the worst things I ever saw. I almost threw up watching that shit. Wow. But there's lot of other reasons. Another key stat that sticks out to me. One of the things I said was the keys of victory for Philly was the defensive line. Defensive line was held to 0 sacks. Watch the Philadelphia Eagles game this season where that's happened. So it's hard for me to think that we would win that game, to be honest. But we were in position to win that game, which just really shows how great Jalen Hurts was playing. Top 2 receivers, they balled out. I mean, you could say we should have won the game, but what it came down to also the turnover differential. Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs turned the ball over. We did just once, technically twice. Like I said, but they called it back. That was really heart wrenching. Either way, the better team did win, I guess. But I mean, they played their cards better. And also the chunk plays, the punt return that hurt. That was probably the one play I could point to that cost us the game more than any other play. The Bradberry thing, I don't want to blame him too much because really the punt return really screwed us up. And Pacheco had too many big chunk yard plays, and that killed us.
Yeah, that Bradberry play seems to have a lot of people upset, so we will get into that in a little bit too as well. But Bryce, I want to get your thoughts on Hurts' performance, man. Uh, Pat Mahomes was quoted after the game, even saying that it shouldn't be pushed aside what Jalen Hurts did out there. He gave him that man lots of props after the game. So what did you think of Jalen Hurts' performance?
Yeah, I thought Jalen Hurts played a good football game, man. I think that ultimately the fumble was costly. But when you're talking about mistakes like that, you also have to weigh when they happen in the game. Like, bruh, second quarter fumble is not the same as a fourth quarter fumble with 2 minutes left, bruh. Like, it's just not. It's just not. When he fumbled, the score was 14-14 after that, right? So game well within reach after that. It's not a big, if you hit the panic button, then yeah, but shouldn't be into the game because of that one fumble, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
Um,
10 after that.
I think, yeah, y'all still went up 10, right? I think what happened in that game, though, and you know, the Eagles coaching staff has got a whole lot of credit this year, a whole lot of credit, and that was purely a coaching L. I mean, at every goddamn stop, they just got outclassed, outmaneuvered, outthought. Damn, damn. Hey, everybody that's about to hire them Eagles coaches, y'all are tripping, bro. I wouldn't hire none of them fools, bro. Coach is horrible, bro. Hold on. I don't know if y'all noticed this, right? 2 of the Chiefs' touchdowns were the exact same play, just on the reverse side of the field. They got y'all, they got y'all with the same motion, basically, multiple times in the game, because they notice, right, that every time they run a fake motion, basically they make the player look like he's running a full speed motion into a jet sweep. Y'all were overcompensating, and your corner was switching off to a safety position. So your corner basically drops back as a safety when they see that jet motion happen. Bro, Andy Reid and the Chiefs coaching staff was smart enough to pick up on that. Why do you think Kadarius Toney is wide open for the touchdown? Why do you think Sky Moore is butt naked for the touchdown, bro? Like, y'all let the same thing happen twice, and there was no adjustments made, bro. And it's like people pointing at like a lot of other coaching is going under the radar right now, bro. I watched Nick Sirianni acting like a little boy on the sideline, and Jalen Hurts having to calm him down, bro. Like, I know y'all seen that video going around, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, who's running the show here, bro? Who's in charge here? You feel me? And I'm telling y'all this right now, bro. Mark my words. The Nick Sirianni show about to come to a crash.
Jesus Christ,
bro. I guarantee you, bro. Because that's not the type of guy. No, listen. That's the type of coach that's going. Yeah, he 1 year, bro. He gonna succeed. That's a rah guy, bro. If it's believable for a season, it's gonna work, bro. And it was believable for a season. You know why, bro? They had every single piece available. The Eagles, they went deep into the pocketbook and made that team, bro. They're not about to have that same team next year. It's not about to look the same. They're not, bro. They're not. I guarantee you. And let's see what Sirianni looks like next year. Here's my prediction, bro. The Sirianni show will crash and burn. Mark my words, man. It's my hot take.
So what you saying? He getting fired next year?
Hey, what happened to Doug Peterson after he made the Super Bowl with the Eagles?
It was like 3 seasons later he gets fired.
All right, I give tick. The clock's ticking.
Yo. Bryce coming out the gate swinging, man. He said, I wouldn't hire none of the Eagles coaching staff.
I wouldn't touch them, bro. I wouldn't touch them. Hey, keep them. Defensive coordinator was the first one to get a job. That man let up 35 points in the bowl.
I could admit that I'm happy the defensive coordinator is not returning this season, because I do feel like they definitely dropped the bag. The Sirianni thing, though, I don't know. There's definitely some smoke. I don't know if there's fire. You might be onto something with that, though. We might. You say we would. We ain't going. You say we're going to turn on her?
Yeah, that turned to he just took that to the Super Bowl.
Hey, we got to get him second guessing it, G.
He says
we got to make him second guess the whole operation, baby. Let's make him second guess the whole operation, baby.
Yo.
G, man, so what were your thoughts on the game, man, and Hurts' performance?
Oh, man, I'm going to say that is one of the top 5 Super Bowl performances I've ever seen in my life from Hurts. If the NFL actually allowed...
What the hell are y'all... Yo, what Super Bowl y'all be watching? That's a top 5 performance you ever seen in your life in the Super Bowl?
Bro, 300 yards, over 300 yards passing, 70 yards rushing, and then 3 rushing touchdowns from a quarterback?
Right, but I watched the game, though. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't play bad. He played great. He played better than Mahomes.
Hold on.
He played better than Mahomes.
All right, bro. Them rushing touchdowns where there's 4 big fat dudes in front of you, right? And then there's three little swole dudes behind you, and you get the ball, and everyone just pushes you in the end zone.
You said that touchdown belongs to Jason Kelsey.
I'm not saying it belongs to him, bro. I'm just saying that's a team touch, bro. That's a team touch.
Wow.
That's one of the touchdowns where you hand the ball to the lineman and you let him spike the joint. That's one of them type of touch, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Well, besides that, and then what I took out of this, that offensive line that Patrick Mahomes never had, oh my God, he has that offensive line now. I think it's basically the Kansas City Chiefs from here on out, and then the field. He has an offensive line. We're not going to question how many seconds he's going to get now. It don't matter what kind of bum ass receiver he has it on either side of that offensive line. He's going to be cooking. We all feared last year coming into this year. We're like, is Patrick Mahomes going to be great? He breaks the passing yard record this year with that offensive line and no Tyreek Hill. Just imagine he gets himself another Tyreek Hill or another explosive weapon to match with Kelsey. It's literally the Kansas City Chiefs and the field. That offensive line that should have been there against Tampa Bay is now there. This team looks scary.
Hey, G man, you're hitting it on the head here. You're hitting it on the head. Patrick Mahomes is 5 straight AFC championships, 4 of the last 3 Super Bowls. Let's go ahead and get into this next topic, man. Where are we ranking Pat Mahomes on the all-time great list now? Like
4.
he's gone to 3 Super Bowls, won 2, lost 1. The one that he lost was to the GOAT Tom Brady. So let's hear it. G, you said it. You got him ranked 4th. Give me your top 5 real quick.
So it's Tom Brady, Montana, Elway, and then Elway
at 3rd. Okay.
He has to get more than 3. He has to get for me to him consider even 2nd. He got to come in with a 3-peat, and from here on out, he got to give me a 3-peat to be considered. Because he got to beat Montana. He can't beat Montana with just two or 3 Super Bowls. You got to get 4.
The way we move the goalposts for greatness is crazy. The way
it's not even moving it. What are you talking about? How is this moving it? And so how is he better than Elway? Elway went to 5 Super Bowls, if I'm not mistaken, and won 3. All right, thank you. So there's not moving the goalposts. He got to catch up. Because at the end of the day, the only reason why Tom Brady's ahead of Montana is because of those 7 rings. If that's not the case for me, it would have been Montana then Tom Brady.
Patrick Mahomes is the only player in NFL history to win a league MVP and a Super Bowl MVP in the same year. That's never happened. None of the guys you just named have ever done that. Scruff, hop in here, man. Let me get your thoughts on, after this Super Bowl win, where you're putting Pat Mahomes on the all-time great list, considering the fact that he just stopped your boy Hurts from getting potentially his only chance at a ring.
Excuse me, I had to turn away for a minute. I don't watch pornographic videos because you were just slurping them so hard. I'm sorry, I couldn't watch it.
Hey yo, this is a PG-13 show, sir.
Sorry. So top quarterbacks of all time. I'm going Tom Brady number 1. I'll go Montana 2. From there, it gets a little bit more interesting, I guess you could say. I mean, where are you going to put him? I mean, I'd say he's in the top 5, certainly. I mean, what do you want? Who pick? Take your pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you like? I mean, there's a couple names I'll put out there. Steve Young is somebody nobody hasn't mentioned yet. Obviously, Peyton Manning had a really good career. Patrick Mahomes, I'd probably put ahead of Peyton Manning to some degree just because of his success in the postseason. He's kind of already surpassed the level of success that Peyton Manning has had. It's pretty wild. So, yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes in the top 5. I don't got to name the rest of them quarterbacks, but he's in the top 5. Elway had a great career too, but, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, even if he doesn't ever go back to the Super Bowl, he's already in a stat category where he's comparable with these guys.
If he retires right now, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But let me stop slurping. Bryce, go ahead and get in here, man. Get in here, bro.
Yeah, Rome. I mean, you know, the thing about I like about you, Rome, that I respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Is you once you have your mind made up, bruh, your mind's made up, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Rome has decided. Last year around this time it was Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? Now your man back on his Pat Mahomes. He back on his Pat Mahomes bandwagon.
Remember when he was on the Burrow bandwagon last year?
Hold up, Rome.
Remember that?
I'm hip. Rome, look. You know what Rome do? Rome pull up NFL.com. He looks at the MVP ladder, and he looks at the top spot of the MVP ladder. He be like, "Yeah, that's my guy this year, bro." Because last year Justin Herbert was that dude, and Rome was riding with him. This year, Pat been that dude in a row. I ain't mad at it though. But yes,
But how can
I
you
agree.
blame Rome, man?
I don't.
When you're a Commanders fan, you don't have no quarterbacks. There's
D,
always
don't
a
make me
bunch
go
of
off.
fucking
Yo,
Reynolds.
Don't make me go
bro,
off on it. Don't
don't
make me
do
go
this,
off
bro.
on a tangent. All right,
Yo,
I do.
please, not tonight.
Hey,
Not
so
tonight.
listen, man.
Not tonight.
Real
Damn, I
quick,
sounded
bro.
like Rome for like 2 seconds and Bryce. Oh my God, Commanders podcast.
Look, Pat Mahomes is definitely he's cemented himself, bro. No question. Now the question is, where does he rank? I think Rome ranks him based off the talent he sees and not the accomplishments he's made. And I feel like you kind of got to gauge that though, because you where does he rank? If I'm going off accomplishments, nah, he's not in the top 5 yet. But if I'm going off of an eye test, then yeah, he's probably top 1 or 2. Now I got to weigh those two things together because you still got to do it for a certain amount of time before you're proving to me. So I say number 1, Brady. I like Montana too. I said Elway the other week, and I thought about it, and I went back and watched some old shit, and I'm like, nah, Elway was nice, but he wasn't quite as accurate. I think you got to be in that top 5. Third though, I'm still gonna slide Steve Young in before Pat right now, man.
What?
And
What
then
do you
I think
mean? Steve Young had a hell of a career, though, bro. Chill out.
Oh my
but
God.
the thing about the reason being is, bro, I went back and watched some of the Super Bowls, bro, and I mean Steve Young was getting to the Super Bowl and he was trashing people. I mean 55 to 10 versus John Elway's Broncos. You know what I'm saying? Like now, if Pat would have came out and beat the Eagles 55 to 10 and threw 4 or 5 touchdown passes, I'd have been like, damn, that boy is submitting himself. Like, you feel me? But he didn't do that. He didn't 55 to 10 nobody in the bowl, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I think that matters too. The recency effect is always going to kick our ass, but that's with everybody. That's with all sports fans. But I still think it is Pat's time, bro. And when it's all said and done, I do believe Pat Mahomes will be the best quarterback to ever do it. I don't know if
All
he'll
right.
get to Brady 7, but I do believe he'll take that crown eventually.
All right, so let me get in here real quick with my straight up opinion on this. Look, I hear what you're saying about the recency effect, but this is what I think y'all boys are starting to miss here. I don't want to give out everybody's age like that. I don't want to drop that kind of bomb. But we all about the same age, right? We've all been watching football for quite some time. We all have enough knowledge of the history of the game. So I think it's the opposite of the recency effect. You boys are bringing up Steve Young like. Oh, Steve Young, guys! Like we can't just forget about Steve Young and John Elway was really good too when I was like in grade school and all that. Patrick Mahomes, since the time that he has started for the Kansas City Chiefs, has been in the game that gets you to the Super Bowl every single time. He's won what 4 of them, 3 of them. Now he's gone to the Super Bowl. Like he's doing what all these guys that y'all named, they've never done this. Nobody's gone to 5 straight championship games, especially not the first 5 years as a starter. You want to talk about he might not get to Brady 7. The fact that we're comparing this man to Brady when he hasn't even played 7 seasons is ridiculous. Patrick Mahomes is 27 years old. He's clearly the most talented QB possibly that we've ever seen, that we may ever see. And I get the argument of, well, his resume isn't as long as everybody else's, but the fact that we're comparing this man with only 6 years as a starter or whatever to guys that have had 15 plus years in the league says it all to me. Like Patrick Mahomes, if you don't want to say he's the greatest of all time yet, that's fine. He's clearly on that trajectory. He's clearly a top 3. He's top 3. I could take Montana and Brady, but I won't accept the John Elway or the Steve Young argument.
Hold on.
I get it.
How
They had
about
great
Troy
careers.
Aikman?
I'm
Wait,
not
hold on.
discounting them,
You
but
said no to
they're
Joe
not
Montana?
Patrick Mahomes.
No Joe Montana?
No, Montana and Brady. I will give them. Montana was flawless in the Super Bowl. He went to what 3 or 4, never lost, right? MVP every time. He was flawless. Brady's been in 10 Super Bowls. Like I don't think anybody's ever going to do that. Pat Mahomes,
Steve Young
he
has
even
3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs.
Yeah, but one of Steve Young's Super Bowls was one of Joe Montana's Super Bowls. I think Steve Young.
so
Yeah,
Steve got
Steve Young
2.
Steve got
Yeah,
2
one of
of
them was
Joe.
definitely Joe's. That's why I thought it was only one. One of them was definitely Joe's. But all right, I mean,
But Joe Montana, man, you've convinced me, Rome. I'm gonna put Pat in the 3rd spot right now. But I'm still gonna put Joe Montana and
Over
Tom
Aikman?
Brady both firmly in front of him.
Hell yeah, Aikman ain't that
And
good.
honestly, bro, I
Aikman
lean
is the
towards
last
Aaron
quarterback with a
Rodgers. I
three-peat.
lean towards Aaron Rodgers ahead of him still all time.
Nah, fuck no. Aaron Rodgers a bum. That nigga out there doing
No,
mushroom. He
Aaron
doing
Rodgers
you're
is a
drugs.
bugging out.
dog,
He
bro.
a
So
bum.
what?
He
I
overrated
wouldn't
as
say
fuck.
all that.
G,
He
He is a
overrated.
little
He
overrated though.
overrated.
He
He
is a little
overrated as
man,
overrated.
fuck.
G used to love
Overrated.
Aaron Rodgers. Now you
He
hate
He
Aaron
did.
overrated.
Rodgers, G.
That was my man's. That's
Yeah,
what
I
my
know
man's.
that was your man. That's what I'm
I started
saying.
hearing that he's doing drugs. It hurts me. It hurts my soul. See somebody do something be so great.
For your
Start doing
Catholic
mushrooms.
values, huh?
I
That's
ain't Catholic
wild,
though,
but
but
that's wild.
Aaron
But yeah,
Rodgers
nah,
all
I'm
time.
definitely top. Definitely top.
Right,
You could
yeah,
argue he's top 10. He's top 5,
that
10,
second
top 5 to 10.
bowl may have separated Pat, but Aaron Rodgers still got 4 MVPs, bro.
See, to me, you bring up Aaron Rodgers, and then you want to bring up a guy from the past and say that he's better than a guy from now, and that's Steve Young being better than Aaron Rodgers. I'm not putting Rodgers above Young on the all-time list.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Aaron Rodgers is one
Yeah, I
of the most
wouldn't.
interesting people on the all-time list, bro. Because like the numbers scream like this dude is top 5, no question.
yeah, but his
And the production
achievements
kind
But
of
bring
is
us
the
like
too, bro.
the
lackluster.
production is kind of similar to Peyton until before Peyton had his run with the Broncos. Like Rodgers needs another run.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
that's
what.
true.
If Rodgers, I'll tell you what. This is super hypothetical, but if Rodgers goes to the Jets, then I don't know if Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl next year.
But why would Rodgers want to be like Brett Favre again?
I don't know
Yeah,
because the Jets have a
that
good
would be
defense.
exactly like Brett.
He wouldn't.
Hey,
I don't think he.
apologies, B. We had to switch it up, man. You know, B. We knew you were busy tomorrow night, B. We knew you was busy, man. That's why we switched it to tonight, bro.
Yeah, man. We gotta do right by the you know, you gotta do right by the fellas. You know, the fellas, you know, it's gonna be a busy night for the fellas, hopefully. If not, you
Not for
know, then
me.
you know,
I'm a sad.
you can
I'm a
still
sad
tune in.
single lifer.
Yeah, right, G. You know you're gonna be dropping off that you know, that
No.
package.
I'm a man of God. I don't partake in with y'all stuff. And pause. I'm still a virgin. I'm a virgin until Christ lets me go.
Hey, well, one person who we know is certainly not a virgin is Rihanna. Let me get
Hey,
y'all
go ahead,
start
bro. What a
on
segue.
that
Segue.
on that halftime performance, man. The baby bump,
Yeah, you
man.
can't make this shit up. Oh wow. That's what. Oh damn! I didn't even watch her halftime show.
Man, that joint was
Wow.
great. And everyone else is. I don't know why people been hating on Ree's halftime show. Joint was great, man.
No, I did. I wasn't watching it. I was playing spades or smoking. I don't.
G,
So
did
you were
you
judging
watch the
Aaron
Super Bowl,
Rodgers.
G?
And I left because I couldn't smoke inside the crib during the halftime show. So I was like, I'm about to roll this blunt. Like I ain't about to sit here and watch this. The fuck I care about old songs. Like all right, it's Rihanna. Like I figured that was ladies' time because all the girls like shut up. We got. All right, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I'm about to roll me a blunt outside.
I do like this. I do
actually
kind of
enjoyed the
like that.
performance.
I do kind of like making the Super Bowl for the, for the ladies because shout out to the ladies that got to put up with every Sunday dudes watching football. They deserve getting a Rihanna halftime show. Maybe Beyonce every now and again. You feel me? I'm cool with that. I like that. Maybe I sound a little misogynistic. If it is, I
Nah,
apologize.
dead ass though. They was like, "Yo, it's time for the Rihanna concert." I'm like, "Hey, you happy? We happy. We all happy."
They was loving it, man. It was like a whole
Word.
Hey,
For all the beautiful ladies and ladies in general, they slaved themselves in the kitchen for us to enjoy during this Super Bowl. You feel me? Put some wings
Look,
on. Man, why not treat it with
G,
something? I mean,
you sound a lot like Cam Newton right now, brother.
I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
man,
So what? Nine
I thought
out
this
of
was
ten
one of
times
the
a woman can cook better than a man. So when a woman's cooking, man, why not treat her with something good, man? You think what I'm saying? Like what? I'm misogynistic now all of a sudden. Oh, this new woke shit. Hold my nuts, niggas.
So you telling me she has to be cooking to enjoy the Rihanna halftime show?
No, I'm just saying for most women that do go out and slave in the kitchen for Super Bowl Sunday, enjoy the show. Here you go. This is your reward through the NFL. Like, yo, enjoy it. I'm out. I'm gonna let you be. I don't have to talk over it.
Nah, I mean, I thought it was definitely something for the women to enjoy. Her doing the thing pregnant. I think a lot of moms out there are gonna appreciate that. I think she just had her baby not too long ago, also. So I think she'll have the support of the moms out there. But I think she made a statement to me. How many halftime shows have you seen just the one performer? I want to say last week
Never,
we were
Word.
doing
never,
we were doing over unders on who was going to come out. The fact that
nobody.
she didn't bring nobody out, I think that says that Rihanna is telling everybody around the world that she feels she's one of the greatest artists. Period, and she's standing on that. And I think she did that, man. I think she
And
did the
bro,
thing.
the
Yeah,
collection of hits is crazy, bro. Like it's
you bodied that
smash. Her
stuff.
catalog is smash hit after smash hit, bro. Like groundbreaking hits.
What
It's
was the
kind of
last
crazy.
song in the first song?
I don't even
I don't
know. There
know,
was so
G.
many
Bro,
scattered,
she
but
went
that
she went
diamond song, you
from
forgot about
yeah,
that.
diamonds.
Yeah, she went dumb.
Oh, that shit hard. That shit do hit.
She did the Kanye jump. When she did all
She
of the
did all
lights,
of the lights. She
I
did
was
the
yeah,
All of the
We
lights,
Found
bro.
Love. She hit the.
Work,
She hit a lot of good stuff. She hit that
work.
work.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
she
she
hit a
did
lot
the
of good stuff.
run this town. Niggas thought Jay was gonna come out, he didn't even come out. Like she did it all
Yeah,
solo.
yeah, she did her thing. She did her thing.
Rude boy,
Yeah, she did
Yeah.
Rude
Rude Boy.
girl,
That was a
rude boy.
classic.
That's a classic,
Oh
dog.
wow.
That's a
So
Yeah,
both
that
of
is a
classic.
us then.
classic.
That is a
That's a
classic.
classic.
I forgot
So
about
then
that
why a
joint
bunch
for a
of
little
people
while.
complaining about her show then? I don't get it.
Because the thing is, here's why I
What's the
think
problem?
people complain, bro. Because I feel like Rihanna doesn't do like she's not the biggest dancing performer. Like Beyonce be doing all like the crazy
She be
dance
doing going
moves
dumb.
and the
Yeah,
like that's not
but
really
she was
Rihanna's
pregnant though.
swag.
She was moving
And
Yeah,
she
fast.
man.
was
I think
pregnant.
I think people gave her too much crap for that because she's pregnant. She ain't gonna be out there doing the most. Like she still was
She was
twerking.
pregnant.
She was twerking
And
pregnant.
she was suspended 50 feet above the freaking ground, bro. That she's still risking her
That was
life
Oh
just
yeah.
doing
wild,
that.
bro.
She tough as hell. She tough as hell.
Wild. Yeah, that was wild. I
That
thought
was
that was pretty
dope.
Tough
scary.
as fuck.
That was
Freaking out.
that was one of the best shots I think in probably American history. Like 15,
That
20 years down the road, they'll show that zoom out of Rihanna with the whole crowd behind her. That was a wild shot for real.
that shot was
Um,
fire, bro. That shot, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're
but
talking about the
yeah,
end of the performance.
G, your boy Trumpito is the one that started all the drama with the Rihanna
Damn.
performance. The
Uncle
man was like, "Oh,
Trumpito.
she's out there
That nigga
cursing and
old,
using
man.
language and shaking her booty."
He
What?
old, man. They forgot to
Yeah.
give him his McDonald's breakfast, man. I'm sorry, man. They forgot to take him to McDonald's for breakfast. Trumpito crazy, man. Still Trumpito, man.
Go
Gotta shut the
crazy.
fuck up, man. You gotta let these people. You old, my man. Another toupee about to fly out. When you go out there, Theo Trumpito, you gotta calm down, man. Gotta let these young people live, man. What's wrong with you, Theo?
Torpedo is crazy, boy. That's a wild man.
Nah, man, I
Shit.
definitely enjoyed the halftime show. But let's get back into the game real quick, man. I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that PI call, man. Like I didn't want to talk too much about this, but it seems to be one of the bigger things talked about from this game, man. A lot of people are upset about this holding call that was called on James Bradberry on Juju Smith Schuster. So what did y'all think of that, man? Do you think it was kind of a loosey call, like the ref didn't really need to call it? Or do you think if you're the ref, you see a penalty, you got to throw the flag? So quick thoughts on that, man. Jump on.
Nah, you
For
gotta
me,
call
it
that. You gotta call that.
got
Come on, bro. We lost on a play like that earlier in the year against the Giants, of course. Like,
nah.
we
Whatever.
did, bro. But you have to call that because,
Um,
like, even James Bradberry admitted he
Hmm.
held, bro. It's clear as day. Like, that's like the textbook hold. I mean, I guess you want the players to decide the game, but bro, you can't just disregard the rules in those moments. So shout out to the ref for making the call. That's not an easy call to make either as a ref in that moment.
Yeah, man. In my opinion, like people will say, like, "Oh, we want the players to determine the game." Bradbury did determine the game. He held. He cheated technically in that moment, and the ref is there
cheated.
to do. Yeah, you're not allowed to hold in that moment. The ref's supposed to
But
flag
that's
it.
not called cheating. That you could
What el-
reword your statement.
what else is the
Cause a
penalty other
penalty.
than it's a form of cheating? Well, we
Yeah,
can
Yeah,
agree
that
with
wasn't.
it if you want.
that's a stretch.
It's
Yeah.
Y'all
it's a
wasn't
form
saying
of
that.
cheating.
Y'all wasn't saying that when y'all face masked Dallas Goddard and slammed him to the ground and injured him for 6 weeks. You bastards.
Hey,
Say
don't be mad at
bozo.
us.
Say
Don't be
bozo.
mad at us.
You gotta say
Blame the
bozo.
NFL. Blame the NFL. Hey, the NFL probably
Bozo.
sent y'all a nice little letter that said, "Hey, you know what? That was a face mask. We're sincerely sorry." That's how they handle it.
No, I mean, I
Hey,
think it was a
the
pass
script was
interference, though.
crazy. The NFL script was crazy, man.
It was crazy. No, I'll tell you what. I think it was a pass interference. I think Bradberry is being unfairly criticized in this moment, regardless of if he committed a penalty or not. He did. It was a passing right. You can't put it all on one player in the one game. People have so short attention span. Like, okay, the last guy that did this, it's all on him now. Okay, yeah, okay. What about all the other shit? What about the double reverses and all that bullshit? Come on. That shit Bryce said, bro. I'm saying what's his name, Jonathan Gannon. I'm sending. I mean, you want to send your hate mail somewhere? You want to flip cars over Philly? Go there. Go to his house. Look him up.
Hey, that
Yo, do not
defense,
get him.
that Philly
Do not get in
defense.
trouble.
Hey, I'll
Do
tell you
not
this,
get in
bro.
trouble.
That Philly defense might have been a little fraudulent, bro. I don't know, bro. Like that defense might have been a little fraudulent. The more I think
can't
about
say
it,
that, bro. When you got what is it? 4 defensive linemen with over 10 sacks.
Yeah, some don't.
They couldn't get no sacks that last night, though. That's the thing.
They don't got no star, bro. And so, like, when it comes down to it, like, who you really relying on that defense? Like, you remember last year's Super Bowl, bro? The Rams had a star on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I feel like the Chiefs.
That's okay.
The Chiefs, every time the playoffs come, Frank Clark and Chris Jones, bro, when the playoffs come, they both show up, bro, every single time, bro. And their name gets called throughout the game, bro. Whose name got called on defense for the Eagles?
Gardner Johnson. I was about to bring him up because he was the only player that I really felt like on Philly's defense was really about something. Everybody else was
Gardner Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. Anyone else name get called? I don't remember no names getting consistently called. Like, nah, bro.
I think there's some things that need to happen still with that Eagles defense. You know what I'm saying? I think, we have a top 10 pick this year. I wouldn't be surprised if that was used on the defensive side of the ball. Just, safe to say.
Yeah, Hassan Reddick had a good season, but he didn't show up last night, which was a shock. They needed him. They needed him to get to pass.
The thing about Hassan Reddick is he's actually had spurts in the season where he has not showed up. But overall,
he gets sacks in bunches.
Overwhelmingly,
he
gets sacks in bunches.
Exactly.
He be catching them sweet right tackles. Well. Catching the injured right tackle.
I don't know about all that.
Reddick catch you coming off a concussion protocol, catch you loafing.
Said I'm about to expose old boy.
I'm just joking. Hassan Reddick is legitimately a dog, but yeah, I don't know. Something wasn't adding up with that Philly defense, bro. I feel like it lacks a star.
And we also got to remember this Kansas City Chiefs. Like these guys been playing these kind of big moments. Like this is Philly's first time. Like at least this defense, besides Fletcher Cox, that made it to the Super Bowl. I'm assuming, right?
Brandon Graham also.
He was playing last night.
Yeah.
Shit. For me, it's like I said it earlier in the show, man.
he didn't get.
It's just the offense. It's just that offensive line that came to play. Like that offensive line, we thought Mahomes was never gonna get. He got, and it's just like, damn, the boys came out to play, and then shit. And then also got to think about it, man. Patrick Mahomes, how many seconds does he need in the pocket before he could find somebody?
Yeah. Another thing I'll say is that scramble by Mahomes. I don't know if that was the third quarter, fourth quarter, whatever it was late in the game. It's all just kind of a blur. But that was a nice little that was a big play right there because he was hobbled. He had that play before where he got hit, and I'm thinking, they're done because like he got hurt. I'm thinking he might not come back. I'm thinking I might see the backup or whatever. And that little run he had after the fact, that was gutsy, man. That was gutsy. That's the type of thing you want to see from a Super Bowl MVP. Although I think the offensive line was really the MVP for the Chiefs.
Yeah, man. I think this was a great Super Bowl, man. I think as we're all football fans here, I think we had plenty of stuff to enjoy. But I think even a casual fan could have sat back and enjoyed this game, man. It had pretty much everything you needed. But before we wrap up, man, I just want to get a quick thought on where these teams go from here. Eagles coming off this big Super Bowl loss. Let's start with them. G, where do you think the future holds for Nick Sirianni and the Eagles?
I think the NFC conference is going to go through two teams, the 49ers and the Eagles right now. Because the fact that the Eagles have a top 10 pick coming up in this draft from the Saints, they could do whatever they want with that. They could either get more assets or trade to get like we're talking about now, another defensive line with a big name. Like literally, that's how crazy. How more years they have Jalen Hurts on his rookie contract?
Oh, they're probably gonna need to pay him now if they're smart.
They're probably gonna extend him this summer.
But
Yeah.
if they don't need, how long before they really need to make that extension?
I
Is it
think
this year or
I
next
think
year?
they got one more year, but
They got
that price
another.
is
They
only
got
gonna
another
go
2
up.
years.
You don't want to end
Oh,
up like the Ravens and
oh,
Lamar.
oh no, because
Yeah, I didn't.
because you got Jalen Hurts in the second round, right?
Third round, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So
No, second.
it's
56 pick.
so it's just like what happened with Seattle and Russell Wilson. They're gonna have to
Yeah.
extend earlier. Okay, but even that, you still have a year. But the fact that you got that seventh pick overall, that's the X factor with Philly right now. For me, I think Philly is, like I said, is gonna be between the
10.
49ers. Is the 10 from the Saints?
Yep.
So
10 and 31 we have.
just the fact you got the 10th pick, that combination of how that organization is being run right now, and then like I said, it is between them and the 49ers that the conference is going through. But overall, it's still the Chiefs versus the field.
All right. Well, we know
Honestly, if
that.
I'm them at 10, I'd take the best defensive player on the board, preferably in the trenches. But I wouldn't mind taking Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State.
I wouldn't mind taking him
squad.
either. There's a couple corners in this draft.
Hmm.
We're gonna get into this draft soon, but
Yeah, there's a lot of
some corners.
There's some studs in defense this year.
draft talk to come, but we know nobody's repeated in the NFC East. I think since like 2004 or something. So Scruff, man, you think y'all got the division again next year?
I do actually. I mean, I think this is going to be the first time that it's not going to be a repeat, just because. I mean, I think the Giants played. I think Giants were ahead of schedule. They are an improving team, but I think they were ahead of schedule, and you saw that respectfully in the playoffs. They weren't on the same level as the Eagles, and I'm not trying to be an asshole. Washington, who's their quarterback? So until you figure that out,
How? Remember the name, man.
Who?
You'll be in fourth place with Sam Howell. So good luck with that. And Dak Prescott, bro. I mean, you might his Dak Prescott, the nickname to me is mid. So he high level mid in my opinion. And I'll never be scared of the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. I'm glad he in our division. Hope they extend him.
All right. Well, Bryce, we heard you earlier say that basically to sum it up, the Eagles coaching staff is kind of just trash all around. So what do you hold, or what do you see the future holds for the Eagles in 2023?
I shouldn't say trash all around. I should say bad in making adjustments, though. I'll say that, at least in the Super Bowl. It's tough, man, because I haven't looked at their roster and who's expiring. I get the sense that the Eagles are going to lose a lot of guys. That's the sense I get. I get the sense they were an all-in type of squad for this season. Probably a couple pieces on that O-line leave. A couple pieces on that defense. I think T.J. Edwards.
Kelsey might be retiring.
T.J. Edwards, I believe, is up for.
T.J. Edwards doesn't start.
That's him, the linebacker, right?
Kazir White starts, and we have Nakobe Dean. He's the backup.
Oh, okay.
They can upgrade there.
All right. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Robert Quinn won't be back. I'll tell you that. Brandon Graham might not be back. Fletcher Cox, we'll see.
And Ndamukong Suh. Yeah, a bunch of people on defense are going to be gone.
I don't know, man.
Definitely not coming. Suh was a replacement.
I don't know, man. I think you guys are gonna be losing a lot of guys, man, and it could hurt. We'll see. I mean, I get it, Kaiser White, but from what I was watching, it seemed like T.J. Edwards was kind of the LB that is on the field.
I got a list here.
Also, I'm pretty sure you led your team in tackles, but
he did. I got a list here, Bryce. Fletcher Cox.
All right, so you're losing. All right, let's not call him since Kaiser White. Since you say Kaiser White's the starter and whatever T.J. Edwards is, we'll just say you're losing. You may lose your
free
team
agents,
leader in tackles. All right, so
you're losing both of them.
All right, so you may
I'll run through the
lose
list.
Your first and second.
Fletcher Cox, Robert Quinn, Brandon Graham, Jason Hargrave, Jason Kelsey, James Bradberry, Isaac Samalo, Kaiser White, T.J. Edwards, and Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, Tardner got. He got re-signed.
All right, I think you just proved my point that I was making here. Y'all are gonna lose a lot of pieces, as I was trying to say, right? And you're also going to start preparing for the Jalen Hurts contract extension, which is inevitable. Yes, B, I agree. Miles Sanders and Boston Scott are probably both gone.
Out
And
of
like I
there.
said, the Jalen Hurts contract is inevitable now, and you're gonna have to prepare for that. So you're not gonna be able to get a whole bunch of backloaded contracts with that coming.
Yeah,
It could hurt
maybe
the
we said
team,
Josh
bro.
Jacobs
It could hurt the team, bro. It could hurt the team a little bit. I don't see
next
them
season.
repeating, but I do still see the Eagles being a tough squad as long as Jalen Hurts is the quarterback. The Chiefs, I think
Off-season
the Chiefs are most definitely here to stay. That's a dynasty, bro. They ain't going nowhere. We'll see him in 5 years. We'll see him in 10. We might still see him in 15, depending on how long Pat Mahomes. If he has a Brady type career, we might still see him in 15 years from now.
So we all agree there. We all agree there, G Scruff, that we're living in the Chiefs dynasty.
No, I don't agree.
Well, G said that it's the Chiefs in the field in the AFC. So Scruff,
Yeah.
you're the only one here to disagree. It's not the Chiefs in the field.
No, it's not. There's a lot of quarterbacks in the AFC that are going to be vying for Super Bowl opportunities. Personally, I believe that I really do believe this. If the Ravens had the Eagles' offensive system with Lamar Jackson and some actual weapons, they'd be in the Super Bowl. Guarantee it. Joe Burrow will be back in the Super Bowl. He was really close this year to getting it. Joe Burrow will be back. You better believe it. Josh Allen, yeah, okay. Don't forget about Josh Allen either. Maybe he fell short this year. Okay, G, shake your head all you want, bro. Like, the chances are these are really good players. Like, you can just say, oh, this guy's trash, and then, oh, this guy's great. But you can't be great and trash this good. It doesn't go all over the place like that, bro. Like, there's somewhere in the middle. I think there's a lot of talent in the AFC. So I don't think it's the Chiefs or nothing. I think the AFC is way more way more competitive than the NFC. In my opinion, I think the Eagles have the best chance to be back out of both of these teams because the NFC is not that good. I think in the next 5 years, who are the big teams in the NFC that are built to succeed for the long run? I mean, the Eagles are definitely one of them. Maybe the 49ers, depending on who their quarterback is. But I guess they proved that they didn't really need a good quarterback. But, they're going to be in the mix for sure. A couple other teams, I don't know. Who else?
Who from the
Vikings?
AFC? Who from the AFC has won a Super Bowl in the last 5-10 years? It wasn't Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady.
You idiot! Of course, nobody's been a Super Bowl because he's been in there the last 5 years. So what do you expect? But you think that's going to keep happening just because that's indicative of what's happened the last 5 years? You just think it's going to continue to happen?
What I'm saying is, all those great people that you've named,
Scrub doesn't like trends.
all those people that you've named, Pat Mahomes has found a way to keep them from getting a chip this whole time.
Hey! It's two type of people in this world. All right, you ever play roulette? There's two types of people in this world, bro. It's people that look at the board, they see 5 straight reds, and they think, "Oh, the next one's gonna be red." Then there's people like me who think, "Oh shit, it's been 5 straight reds. The next one's gonna be black."
Well, it definitely ain't gonna be the Raiders. It definitely ain't gonna be the Raiders. So I don't know about that.
It ain't gonna be Patrick. I ain't saying it ain't gonna be Patrick Mahomes, but bro, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Really, Lamar Jackson be at the top of the list. And if you put Aaron Rodgers in the AFC, I guarantee you they're gonna have something to say about that.
Well, we got a long off season to go to, so hopefully for your Scruff, Lamar Jackson doesn't end up in the NFC, because you never know what could happen with the way the Ravens and him are looking right now. But we'll get into all that. We got plenty of podcasts coming at y'all for the rest of the year, man. Because y'all know what we do here.
Hold on, no, let's debunk this real quick. Because Joe Burrow's about to lose one of his receivers this year. Stephon Diggs is getting old. Both of these. So what are we talking about? It's still Patrick Mahomes and the rest of those fucking bozos. And then you talking about Aaron Rodgers. Where the fuck is Aaron Rodgers gonna go? They ain't gonna just let him go. Hey,
The
bro.
Jets.
There's no way in hell he's trying to beat Brad Favre Jr. again. He hated this shit.
Bro, your logic is based on some shit that has nothing to do with football, bro.
Bruh, he's not going to no fucking Jets. If anything, he's going to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think he might go out.
Because then he's definitely not going to win anything. Why would you go to the Raiders? The Jets have a great defense, great running game. They have everything you need. You plug into the Jets, and they have Garrett Wilson. He's a great receiver.
But first of all, Bryce Hall, when he comes back, it's still going to take him another year to recover. Well, how many running backs come with that kind of energy and bounce back that isn't named AP?
Hey, I know you only look at the sports gambling, but the Jets have already contacted Aaron Rodgers. They've already talked to the Packers about him. I ain't making this shit up.
Not happening, bro. I bet that he goes to the Raiders. Want to bet?
So all right. I'll play this bet. If he goes to the Raiders, I'll give you $20. If he goes to the Jets, you give me $20. If he goes somewhere else, nobody gets anything.
That's fine. It would have been between that anyways.
Okay.
I like
He's
that.
definitely not gonna go to the Raiders.
All right,
He's definitely not going to the
see
Jets.
that. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see who gets a
He got
dub out of
Devontae
this.
over there, don't he?
Duh.
He ain't winning shit on the Raiders though. No, I promise you though. I promise you that if he goes to the Raiders, they're not going to the Super Bowl. They're not a
No, and
threat. They might
that's
be
fine.
decent. They might be decent. Yeah, that's okay.
You exactly.
Trash.
You just said they're not even a threat. So you made my point when it came back to Patrick Mahomes. It's still Patrick Mahomes in the field.
Hey, I'll end this for you. You know why he won't go to the Raiders? Because that's the same division as Patrick Mahomes. There's no way he goes to the Raiders. Look what that just did to Russell Wilson.
Nah, hold on.
Not gonna happen.
If we still think Aaron Rodgers has a comparative spirit, why not? Why not try to dethrone the new king? Everybody talk. Everybody, all you guys.
Mushrooms don't make you competitive.
Patrick Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers right now. None of you guys said, "Oh, now he's still behind Aaron Rodgers." Every one of us right now just say he surpasses Aaron Rodgers. You don't think Aaron Rodgers has been hearing that? This is about to hear this whole offseason? Yeah, bro, you're not better than Patrick Mahomes. And if you got a comparative spirit, why not go to the Raiders? And you get your top weapon, and you have a top tight end as well. All you're missing is a defense. It's not like it's not like the fucking Green Bay just gave him a defense until now.
We're gonna have. I'll tell you what. We're gonna have a long time to talk about off season. It's gonna be a long off season, and there's gonna be a lot of quarterback movement, and we're gonna see very soon. We're gonna see very soon. So we'll talk quarterback carousel. It ain't time for the carousel. All right, you got to wait your turn. All right, for the carousel.
Lamar Jackson's gonna end up in Tampa Bay. Hey, shit.
Hey,
watch.
I don't know, man. It's time. It might be time to go. Y'all talking about waiting for carousels. I don't know what's going on over here, man.
All right, man. Let's wrap this thing up, man. Y'all know who we are, man. It's how we ended every show. Sports for the culture.
Deporte por la cultura.